have a video of our cave and our beer collection. My son has an affection for selfies. Tons of selfies with famous celebrities, from local news reporters to Monster Jam drivers to sports heroes to sports announcers, baseball players, and he gets them all signed. Down on the wall is something we're both proud of, is our wall of wishes. And every year we raise enough money to grant at least one wish. So far we've granted 8 wishes for Make-A-Wish Wisconsin. We also like to have our separation because we make it like our sports cave and or / dive bar from where we're at. And we have right now our hockey corner, which is dedicated to our local hockey team for the AHL, the Milwaukee Admirals. We also have our collection of bobbleheads that keeps growing as we go to more sporting events. And right now we're kind of proud that Rhys Hoskins is on the Brewers. We met him when he was on the Phillies, and he does a whole lot to support my kids with MDA, or with muscular dystrophy. So we got to meet him, got to get his autograph, and we hope to see him now that he's playing for the Brewers. And then we have a bunch of autographed hockey pucks, hockey sticks, player name tags. And then we do have some more shot glasses from different places we've been. We've actually been kind of all over. Some more shot glasses up in the window. 100th anniversary MGD Miller Lite Harley. And a couple more local Milwaukee, Wisconsin type brewery stuff. Of course, we got to have the Hooters memorabilia, big part of our life growing up. Pabst TV, really enjoy that. Kind of a big Elvis fan, so this is an autographed scarf from the first Elvis impersonator I ever saw. Of course, do love rum, and me, I'm going with the Sailor Jerry. And we also have the Packer light for our poker table, a poker / bumper pool, vintage, you know, back from the 1950s or 60s or whatever, used to belong to my grandpa, and I ended up with it. Take a look around, there's some more stuff. There's our Bon Jovi autographed drumhead from the band. We do have our dart area. Also a huge AC/DC fan. Just kind of remind me of all the fun we've had and all the awesome artists we've seen. And what cave would not be good without a putting green? We do have a couple of pinball machines, a couple arcade games, kind of enjoy listening to records and CDs and all that fun stuff, so I have quite a record collection. Not as big as others I've seen, but a lot of it is stuff that you can't find anywhere else, so it's only available on vinyl, and you can't even hear it on any streaming services. We have one of our slot machines. It's kind of nice still having the old poker, I don't want to say poker, but a nice theme where at least you get to put coins in, hear the coins coming out, so you don't lose your money as fast. We're able to get an autographed Harlem Globetrotters basketball. It's our tradition. We go every New Year's Eve to see them. And then, of course, what basement in Wisconsin is not complete without a Hammerschlagen? Gotta have it. We have some beer posters around. Got a nice 75-inch TV. Don't really watch too many movies down here. We're usually catching football, baseball, hockey, basketball, whatever type game is on, and if we're not watching the game, we've got old beer commercials playing, or we're playing music videos, kind of like an old MTV type thing, and really enjoy it. Of course, on the Packer side, we have our Packer Wall of Fame, just like you were in Lambeau. Had them all 3D printed, all favorite players we've met throughout the years. Probably our biggest one is Mr. Donald Driver, who actually graced us with his presence back in 2014. Won a contest, and he came to our house, hung out with us for a couple hours, and was really a good time. Some of our Packer memorabilia, obviously don't have it all out yet, working on it. We have all the pins from all the home Packer games we've gone to. A couple autographed pictures. This one took a while, but we got all the names down, know everybody who signed it from the old 1963 Packers. Obviously Christmas Vacation, some Caddyshack, old wrestlers, Laurel and Hardy. Came from my great aunt when she was Mr. Hardy's personal nurse, right pretty within a year or so before he passed away. Kind of a famous one for us. Our farthest TV interview ever was down in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Got to meet an awesome reporter. Our favorite thing over here is obviously our pool table. Spent a lot of time playing it. Got some Buffalo nickels for the sights. And then you can kind of tell that again, this is our Packer side, as we have little Packer logos on the floor. And where else would you be where you need a foosball table, and naturally here it's the Green Bay Packers. So we've got another slot machine, first one we ever got. Really enjoy it. And we just keep getting more of them for some odd reason. Got a couple Brewers nameplates from the locker room. This one, really enjoy. Darnell Coles. Gave both my kids batting lessons. All my beer steins that are hanging are all hanging off of old golf clubs. Instead of just a plain Jane hook, got some nice golf clubs hanging there. And the big thing that we're really proud of is the bar. Didn't really need a bar where you had to sit behind. Wanted to keep space to use it for other stuff. But we got the whiskey barrels custom made. Inside of them are leaded glass tubes. Got them from my grandfather as well. They were in an old family bar back in the day, probably 40s, 50s, somewhere in there, not really sure. Kind of lost some of that family history. That's an old 1930s vintage statue. Reminds us of where we came from, and enjoy it. So all of our liquor shelves are mirrors from the old family bar. Very old, very fragile. So did have them cut and sturdied up so they would work for us. Of course, what kind of dive bar would be complete without some copper tin ceiling? Got some beer trays hanging up there. Hope to get some more. Got plenty of room. I had this mural custom done up. It's from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, a place we like to spend a lot of our time. So take one kind of last walk around. Of course, we got them all underlit. And we've taken old beer advertisements and printed them up So it's kind of like, yeah, you still kind of see it as you're leaving. Of course, mostly all Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and of course, you gotta have the Bob Euchre because all the great ball players drink Miller Lite. Of course, you got some Hams, some High Life, Flats, and we hope you guys all like the tour. And the biggest thing we can say is, if you can come up with an idea of what we could call this place, that'd be great because we're still trying to think up of a cool name for this bar.